All right. Can you all hear me? Hopefully you can. I tried StreamYard on um, my last live stream, and the audio wasn't working. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Somebody can give me an affirmative. Hopefully you can hear me. Let's see if my mic. Yeah, it says that my audio is there. I know last time I tried to do this, the audio wasn't working. Oh, thanks, Jonas. Thanks for confirming that. Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Hey, Stefano, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me a little bit clearly. Oh, good. Hey, DJ ME South, how are you guys doing? Wow, we got 8 people here already. Mal, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I wanted to do this. My wife and I and my girls. Hey, William, what's up, buddy? Um, we just came back from vacation. We went to Virginia um, for a bit, and we just got back last night. And if I don't have to carry, what is up, dude? How are you, man? Um, Carrie's been my FTD supplier as far as my CDs here recently. Um, but yeah, we just came back from vacation. We went to Virginia. Um, had a really nice time. It was the driving killed me. All in all, my wife calculated I did probably about 12 and a half hours of driving total in the time that we were away. Um, but we went to a zoo in Virginia, and they had a drive-through safari. If you've never been, I highly recommend it. It was amazing. You actually got to feed most of the animals there through the safari. It was really good. Then we went to Mount Vernon, the birthplace, the home of George Washington, not the birthplace, but the home of George Washington. So didn't go for quite a week, but almost a week. And just took in the sights in Virginia. Virginia's a beautiful state, if any of you have been. Elvis 78. Al, how are you, buddy? Carrie, no, it's more you think I'm tan, you should see my wife. Like she really got some color. So Skyline, Lorette. You know what's funny, Mr. Train? And I apologize, I can never remember your first name. Um, yeah, going up to Virginia about 3 hours into the drive, we saw signs left and right for Luray Caverns. My wife actually pointed out a number of times there was signs for Luray Caverns, and but we actually didn't stop there. But we had a good time. It was nice. It was nice to kind of get away for a while. But that's where I've been. But this is the first stream I've done in probably close to a month. Elvis 78. Yeah, I'm ready for the weekend too. It's going to be a busy weekend as they all are. And I work tomorrow. I go back to work tomorrow after being on vacation. And then I'm off Sunday. And then next week starts my regular. Brad. Oh, so Brad, you are very familiar with Virginia. Well, you have a beautiful state, my friend. Um, Elvis 78. Yeah, I was on holiday, vacation, whatever term you like to use. I love how some Europeans use the word holiday. They all use holiday. So yeah, it was definitely a nice holiday. Here in the States, we call it vacation. So I think it's cool how you call it holiday. But yeah, so many mountains and just beautiful scenery. Um, but it's always good to be home. We were coming home right when we got outside of our development where we live. I told my wife, I said, yeah, it's nice to get away, but it's always nice to come home. But yeah, I took today off. My vacation was supposed to end yesterday, but I actually ended up taking an extra day just so I could relax some. But it is very good to be back doing a live stream. It's been a while. It's been close to a month, and I'm really looking to get back into making regular videos consistently. I want to make. I have a really cool one coming back tonight. I'll give you a sneak preview what it is. I'm trying to find out Elvis himself. You know what, Jonas? I know he played I know he played a lot of recreation and like more of like with his buddies, the Mafia. Elvis loved football. He loved to play. I don't know if he ever played in a league. I don't know if he did when he was younger. I'm guessing not, since before he became famous, him and his parents, they were pretty poor. So Holiday or vacation, the most important thing is to relax and have fun. I agree, Elvis 78. I agree wholeheartedly. It was very nice to get away. Like I said, the drive-in about killed me. Going there wasn't bad. It was coming home yesterday. Man, we used a GPS on our phone, and I swear it was like every like third mile we hit backup traffic. It took us several hours to get home, but it's always nice to come home. Um, but yeah, I've really been chomping at the bit to do a live stream. Mystery Trains. So Brad says he had his own league with uniforms EP. Yeah, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, um, Brad. I think I have heard that. Elvis 78 in Italy. Wow. Yeah, it's hot here. It was we were at Mount Vernon yesterday. It was about 93, 94. And then we actually went on a cruise boat that took us on the Potomac River, which surrounds George Washington's home. But it was awesome. It was a good time. It's my third time being there. It was my wife and my daughter's first time. So we weren't sure if my 9-year-old would like it, but she really, really enjoyed it. She likes history. She's good at it, so she likes it. Carrie, yeah. So Carrie, you're a couple states up from me, but yeah, it's been dreadful hot. I talked to my mom this morning, and she's in her 80s, and it's bothering her. And yeah, Brad, there is that one where he's got the EP, the white shirt, and he's got his hand, his cast in, and he's like holding it. Yep, I remember that picture. Mal, it always it always rains in the UK, from what I hear, at least a lot anyway. Bring some of that rain here, Mal. Just a video idea where you talk about how Elvis got defrauded by Tom Parker and why he didn't leave him. Jonas, that's a good idea, buddy. I actually, I mean, the majority of my videos are showing anything in my collection, but I've done a couple. I kind of strayed from that in the last month. I did a couple of different videos. I got a lot of really good feedback. Didn't get the views I thought I'd get, but I did get a lot of good feedback. Here's the thing, and here's what I've come. For some reason, my channel has really come to a screeching halt, and I think it's the way YouTube. Um, you know, I think certain channels they kind of build. I'm not just saying all the channels, any channel. They kind of build them up for a while because I was growing hand over fist, and I actually got a report, a listing of how my channel is performed. And I was regularly getting there up until March or April. I was gaining like 35, 40 subs a day. Like every day I'd get it. And my channel was growing hand over fist. And for some reason it just stopped. And it just the entire month of June alone, I got 40 subs. And in the grand scheme of things, for the size of my channel, that's not good. So I think it's just the way YouTube promotes certain channels because, and I will say this, part of it's my fault because I haven't been doing the videos as consistently. I've had a lot going on. Uh, had some you issues with just different things. Mal says we got the best climate in the world. I don't know if I would disagree with you on that, Mal. But I've just, I've just, I actually had reached a point where I thought about, putting my channel on um, kind of a leave for like maybe a couple of months, just kind of trying to gather my thoughts. I had some different things going on, and it really held me back with being creative, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna put this down so you guys can see me a little bit better. Um, Brad, I won't mention any names, but I think I know who you're talking about. Brad says it's funny how some stupid Elvis channels out there have over 5,000 subs. There, there we go. How's that? All right. So there's definitely been some channels that I think are better than mine. I mean, I think I do okay for what I do. Um, but there's some channels out there that just have still no volume. Can you guys still not hear me? Okay, Joe says we're good now. Okay. Carrie, can you hear me okay? It's back. Okay, good. I just want to make sure because a couple of you were saying you couldn't hear me, and a couple others were saying you could hear me. So I just want to make sure you can hear me. Yeah, there's a couple channels out there that I scratch my head. I'm like, sorry about that. Can you guys? My daughter keeps calling me on FaceTime. Um, Give me a second. I'm going to step away just for a quick second, just to see what she needs, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Abby, what do you need, baby? What's up? Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you. All right. I am back. Thank you for being patient. No matter how many times I tell my, like, 'cause she's 9 years old, but I told her I was coming here doing this, and she's calling me about something with her iPad. And at work, I can't be bothered. I always tell them, like, you can't call me while I'm working because I can't really answer you. So, can you guys hear me now? Ashley, how are you? You know what? You know what, just as far as my take on it, but here's my personal opinion on Parker. Parker to me was the best, absolute best marketer or marketing guy I've ever seen, probably in my whole life. Like he knew how to use Elvis's fame for, let's face it, for Elvis's benefit, which sold him a lot. Okay, good. So we can hear. Um, he was great for Elvis's career marketing him. Just to give you an example, the concerts that he got together early in his career and then in the 70s. Um, some of them were a little hit and miss. I think the Vegas thing, Elvis grew tired of Vegas very, very quick. Um, Jonas, that's exactly what I was going to say. He was a great marketer. He was a lousy manager because nobody in their right mind in those days would have gotten half of everything Elvis did. So he definitely lined his pockets. Um, but towards the end of Elvis's life, I mean, I just read probably that 3 day. I think because I took a book with me on Elvis when I was on vacation. Didn't really get much of a chance to look it over and read it. It's called The Unmaking of Elvis Presley. It's a 2 volume set, but it's a fantastic book. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, my 9-year-old was calling me, so I had to go check on her, make sure she was okay. Um, but I mean, as far as marketing Elvis's image, his music, the records that they were selling, the bonus photos for a lot of the soundtracks that he did. I mean, that was brilliant. That was brilliant, brilliant marketing. You can slice it any way you want, but he was definitely out for himself. Elvis should have toured the world. the fact that he never had a concert outside of the U.S. is a travesty. I think most fans think that. Yeah, Beauregard, you just said what I would let Elvis tour internationally, and I mean because he was here illegally and he didn't want to be found out, and he was a great promoter of Elvis, but you know the Vegas thing he probably should have stopped around 72, 73, because if you listen to some of the bootleg recordings, Elvis grew very, very tired of the Vegas scene. He wanted to play in front of huge audiences. And I think the International, then the Hilton, only held, I want to say, 2,000 people. So, yeah, it was a shame in that regard that he just wasn't given the tools that he needed to be even bigger than what he was. Elvis 78 says, Elvis could have done so many other good things if only he had the good mood and enthusiasm. All those days in Hollywood and then Vegas had killed his spirit. I agree. Yeah, Jonas, you asked why things switched from Elvis. Elvis was just from 73, actually. A lot of people say what a triumphant year it was because of the Aloha special. And it did start out good, but 73 on a personal level was a very difficult year for Elvis. Very, very difficult. And he kind of was on like a high-low thing from year to year. 72 was a huge year, but it started out poorly because Priscilla had left him, I think in December of 71, right around Christmas time. She filed for divorce really quickly, and then she found out that her karate instructor, Mike Stone, she was having a relationship with him. And, this was Elvis Presley. And he did, as big as he was, he had, he did have an ego. But I would have also, if I was Elvis Presley, he had the right to have that ego. And it really hurt him emotionally. And, a lot of it, Elvis 78 says he always needed new challenges. And he wasn't being challenged. He was playing Vegas, a couple seasons in Vegas, and then he kind of toured up elsewhere. But 72, you really saw. I think the Madison Square Garden show in June, and then he met Linda Thompson in early July, like maybe a couple of weeks after the Madison Square Garden shows. I think she really helped balance his life. And the first year they were together, from what I'm reading, he was devoted to her, and then he started wandering, and he had other women in his life, and he was just missing that emotional attachment, that one person. I think Priscilla really knocked him down a couple notches as far as how he thought about himself and all that. But yeah, if you listen to a lot of the bootlegs, and FTD's released a lot of them, as you know, I'm collecting FTD CDs, and there was just so much that I think was missing for him emotionally. Yeah, Beauregard, you make a good point. He was actually he was the first choice to star next to Barbra Streisand for A Star Is Born. Colonel wouldn't let him do it. Thought he was too big of a star. And maybe a couple of good movies. I have a bootleg where Elvis introduced Mike Stone. He actually did introduce. That's the irony of it. Elvis introduced Priscilla to Mike Stone. And then she started taking karate for him. I think it was a getaway for her because Elvis was on the road so much. And they started a relationship. Jonas, a tour in Europe would have done a lot. He would have been alive. Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I think he hungered for that. But, there's question whether, Elvis knew about the Colonel's status as far as being an illegal immigrant. Some say he did know. Many say he didn't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I think Elvis was smarter than I think some people. Not some people gave him credit for. And I don't mean smarter as intelligence-wise. Like, he was on this stuff more than what people let on. He was very aware of what was going on. Beauregard, yeah, Priscilla has a movie coming out. I might watch a little bit of it, but if it trashes Elvis at all, I'm not going to be interested in it. What's done is done. He's gone, and I really don't like when people come out with stuff and ridicule or criticize who he was. Elvis had his faults. He had his shortcomings, but he was also ultimately a very charismatic, but he had a very kind heart. And I think that's one thing that's always drawn me to him. So to switch gears here a little bit, if I'm not wrong, they had met Elvis already. Yeah, I don't know, Elvis 78. He could have. Ashley, what's up? People make, yeah, Brad, I kind of get what you're saying. I don't know, man. Elvis was quoted many times saying that, the Elvis took care, or Colonel Parker took care of all that, and Elvis just kind of went along with the flow. I don't know. I somewhat agree, and I also somewhat don't agree. Yeah, Elvis 78. I think so. I think the movie is going to shine kind of a harsh light on Elvis. So like I said, I have no time for that. I doubt if I'll watch it, to be honest with you. Yeah, Jonas. Yeah. Do you want? All right. It looks like we have. Um. So yeah. So we'll switch gears a little bit. Has everybody here gotten, or most of you gotten, the new Fun in Acapulco? I got mine almost a week ago. It is brilliant. And Girls, Girls, Girls was my favorite FTD album cover. It probably still is number one, but followed very close behind is that new Fun in Acapulco. Um, Mal, that's what I'm talking about now. Your timing is perfect, buddy. Um, yeah, I got my copy last Friday, I think. And it is, in a word, it is stunning. The cover, FTD could not have done a better job on that cover. It is absolutely stunning. I love that dark green. It really, and if you guys, I'm sure many of you watch Scotty's Elvis Presley music channel. He did a really cool review on it. Um, I was actually going to do a review on it, but I couldn't do it justice the way Scotty did. Scotty just does such a great job. Um, Elvis 78, I agree with you. I'm kind of sick of it too. Like, I mean, she's the last 40 years. I know she was an integral part of getting Graceland started. So I got to give her kudos for that. She was very instrumental in getting Graceland started, but she's had a hand, and she's made a ton of money off of Elvis. And I can't begrudge her of all of it, because she has been, like I said, such a big part of promoting Graceland and making it what it is today. But I'm kind of glad. I'm hopeful that Elvis's granddaughter, since she now owns pretty much the majority of Graceland and all that. Hey George, what's going on, buddy? Um, Alan, what's up, buddy? How are you? But yeah, Carrie, I'm with you, man. I'm a little over her now. You know what I mean? Um, I have nothing against her. I don't dislike. I know some people absolutely despise Priscilla. Just some of the stuff that I've read. Um, but yeah, all of a sudden, you just said it. Brad, the dude who jumped in the pool, I had a few people say that, oh, that was overblown. I'm sorry, man. Like, I know it was done for attention. You'll never make me feel otherwise. It was done for attention. It was to get, if the guy, I don't know if the guy has a TikTok and it boosted him, but that dude should have been locked up. Maybe not like a huge Kilburn Kicks. What is up, buddy? How are you? Um, I don't know. I'm not. He should at least spend a night in jail and pay a hefty fine. I'm sorry. You jump in a pool. What are you, stupid? I don't know. I thought it was dumb. Most of the people I've read, they thought the same thing. That it was ridiculous. Barbie 9707 says a world tour in '71 would have gotten Elvis on track. Vegas got to be too boring. I agree. 2 shoes at night were too much for the whole contract. Sometimes 3. Saw a few of those. Yeah, I didn't know this. Actually, Barbie, you bring up a good point. I actually didn't know this until probably 6 months ago. He didn't do it often, but there were some times when he was in Vegas, he did 3 shows a day. He did a dinner show, he did a midnight show, and then he did a 2 a.m. show. Like I said, I never knew that until fairly recently. I'm like, that's just too much, man. And granted, his shows were an hour long, but even But even that, once like 1976 rolled around, his shows went from an hour to an hour and a half plus. Carrie, that's pretty good, buddy. If you guys get to read these comments, you should. There's some really good comments coming in. Yeah, Barbie and Tahoe too. He did some 2 a.m. shows. It's just that's the thing that I did like about the Colonel. Like I said earlier in the stream, a fantastic marketer but a lousy manager. And Elvis should have got rid of him when he almost fired him. What was it, in late '74? I think it was. I want to say it was late '74. Elvis 78 says, stupid act as tourists who like to jump in our famous fountains here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, to me, you're trespassing and you're breaking the law. And I had this conversation with a couple people the day it happened. They're like, they're basically, Mark, lighten up. And, and I'm like, Elvis is he's been gone almost 46 years. But in my opinion, he's, arguably one of the most historical and influential people of the 20th century. And it's gated. That's the thing. It's gated. You have, the Elvis and his family, his parents buried right behind it. What are you doing jumping a fence and then jumping in the pool? Like off the diving board, no less. Like, what a moron. Like I said, it was done for attention. Well, yeah, you got the attention. You're an idiot. Carrie, I agree. It was disgraceful. Disrespectful. It was disgraceful and it was disrespectful. That's the thing. That's the thing with me. Like I said, this conversation I had with someone the other day about it, like, it's not a huge deal. They were just asking for attention. I'm like, it is a huge deal. It's off limits. You know what, Brad? I hope he is banned for life. I hope, like I said, I hope they put him in a cell for maybe a couple hours and he got fined a few $100s. I'd be okay with that. And then the lifetime banishment. It should be that way. I'm sorry. Like, you're coming on to Graceland is the second most visited estate or home, second only to the White House. And you need to be respectful. Elvis is buried nearby. His parents are buried nearby. Lisa Marie, her son Ben, his grandmother, they're buried there. It's well, this person that I had this discussion with, I mentioned that it was sacred, and they're like, sacred? It's Elvis. I'm like, yes, but his remains are there. That's where he's buried. That's where he's resting. That's where his parents are. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was just like Carrie said. I thought it was disrespectful. I thought it was a disgrace, and and the guy, I don't know, he looked like a bonehead anyway, pulling his shirt off and jumping on the diving board, and I'm like, I don't know. It is beer garden. It was for attention. That's all it was for. The guy's probably got a TikTok, and I'm sure he probably gained a couple thousand, followers because of it. But I'm sorry, you're an idiot. I hope you got a hefty fine for it. If at the very least, a $300 or $400 fine. You're a moron. Yeah, Carrie. Yeah, it's hard to believe. They were saying, as you all heard, that originally they said it was heart failure that Lisa Marie died from, but I guess they did some. The coroner who did the autopsy. Sorry, I keep rubbing my eyes, guys. I wear contacts. I also have a horrible astigmatism, so it causes dry eye. So I don't mean to be doing that. Tracy, what is up? I'm glad you were able to join too, Tracy. Good to have you. It was a shock. I agree. Elvis 78. Well, yeah, you can't jump in the White House pool, but you could find cocaine on the premises. But I'm not even going to go there. That'd be a whole nother stream that we could do. I bet if he cracked his head on the bottom. Nick said, "You're right, Nick." Nick says, "I bet if he would have cracked his head on the bottom of the pool jumping in, he would have sued the estate. He would have." Jonas, yes, I've had contacts since I was 14 or 15. And I'm in my mid 50s now, so that shows you how long I've had it. Um, but yeah, switching gears to from stupidity and piss poor management by Parker. Um, yeah, if any of you have not gotten the new FTD LP set of Fun in Acapulco, it is awesome. It is so awesome. I'm actually going to get another copy of it. Um, D, how are you? I hope you are well. D Presley, that is so awesome. Um, yeah, it is a nice set. It is, like I said, Girls is still my favorite. The last few have been awesome. I love that cover. Second to me would be the Fun in Acapulco, and I love it. It happened at the World's Fair cover, that yellow cover with Elvis on it. I'm glad you're doing well, D. Good to have you here. Yeah, Beer Guard, the FTD. I'm telling you, man. Well, I'll um I'll give you all a preview. We got a lot of people here. Wow. Um, I collecting Elvis, and many of you. Sorry, I keep adjusting this. This stupid tripod I'm on is a piece of crap. I gotta get a new. I keep saying to you all, I'm gonna get a new one. I just, it's not for lack of money or anything. It's just because they're not that expensive. But it's just haven't gotten around to doing it. Tracy, I agree. George Music says, how would you compare the Fun in Acapulco vinyl to the FTD CD release? They both see my thing. I would say the vinyl sounds better because I don't have the greatest CD player. I'm hoping in about a month or two. I'm hoping. I'm so sorry to be doing this to you guys. I cannot help it. Rubbing my eyes. Like I said, I get try. It's a symptom. When I went to my eye doctor, who did my surgery a year or so ago, told me it's something I'll deal with. And I do take drops, but it's just a pain in the neck. So I'm sorry if it bothers you all. Beer guard. I agree. Because I have a pretty nice turntable, and speakers and set up. To me, vinyl just sounds rich. I don't know what it is. There's something about cracking it open, having the big, gatefold, and dropping that album and dropping the needle, and just that warmth that comes through with vinyl. You can't get that with CD. However, I will probably in about 6 weeks or so. I'm going to be upgrading my CD system. The CD system I have now is my, yeah, D. It sucks. It's a pain in the neck. But my vision is so bad. There's not a whole lot I can do. I don't want to wear glasses all the time because glasses bug the crap out of me. But I very seldom wear glasses. I have these disposable lenses that I take out every couple weeks, but they're a pain in the neck. I agree with you. And CDs do sound good. But last count, just for an update, I got a few CDs coming in this week. I'm right around, I'm needing about 36 left of the FTD CDs. So I have probably about 130, 135 of the FTD CDs. So I may be off, give or take a few, but I'm getting there. See, I can't even see that, the tactile. Yeah, exactly. But there's just something about putting that needle on a record for the first time and hearing just that richness, and you just can't get that through CD. I think that's just me. It's all digital, and I don't know, man. But to give you an idea, I was actually able. I actually been trading more than I've been buying because money's tight for everybody. Wonder how they're selling from EP Boulevard again. Brad, I think it was you who told me. Here's something for all you guys. I do have 2 copies of it. I considered getting a third copy. The from Elvis Presley Boulevard, the 3,500 numbered copies on the blue vinyl, the FTD release. It became available today on. It was sold out, but it's available today on the Graceland store. So I would grab it. Elvis 78 asked, will I buy the upcoming Aloha album? I'm not sure which way I'm going to go. 78. I don't know. I go back and forth, and I always end up getting it. I would like the CDs, but it seems like a waste since last year I got the FTD Aloha, which is supposed to be the best mastering available. So I can't imagine. I just feel like it's just blowing money. But I liked it for the first time. The concerts are going to be on Blu-ray, so I want that. So they got you by the freaking what's regardless. 78, they are. Yeah, they're exactly the same. Like I said, what they do to grab you is until now, the Aloha concert, January 12th, and the actual one that was streamed on April 4th or January 14th. It's never been released on Blu-ray before, not that I'm aware of anywhere, at least not here in the States. So that's where they kind of got you. They're releasing that on Blu-ray, and then you got the vinyl. Well, the vinyl was released as a 4 CD set by the Legacy, I think back in like 2014, but now they're releasing them on 2 LPs. I don't know, man. It's just anymore. It's like a money grab. It's starting to kind of piss me off a little bit. Like there's just been this huge. And it depends on the way you look at it. Most people love it. Most people I talk to, they're okay with it. But a lot of people are like, just slow down a little bit. That's all I'm asking. Like, every time you turn around, FTD has, a couple of CD sets coming out. Then they released an LP, which I love the LPs. They used to release them 3 a year, but then they went down to, I think, 2 a year. At least last year they did, and the year before. So 78 says I'll skip. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm kind of leaning more towards skipping, but who knows? Once they become available, who knows? I don't know. I'm getting very selective with what I buy just because I just can't afford it. I just can't keep up with it. I want to try to finish the FTD CD collection. I'm hoping by the end of the year to have that set complete. Brad says Colonel Parker Lives. It's just called FTD now. I agree, buddy. I agree wholeheartedly. But I want to complete the FTDs. And as I was saying, I've been trading more with people. Like if I have duplicates of stuff, I actually made a deal with somebody, and I'm going to do a video on it. And it arrived. It was shipped. It got here from Monday over from somewhere overseas. But I finally, and it was a regret I had. It was because I sold, as many of you know, I sold several of my FTD albums. It helped pay for a lot of upgrades to the house, but I've been getting a lot of them back, and I have more than half of them, but I was actually able to get a perfectly beautiful sealed copy of, drumroll, Standing Room Only. It arrived Monday, and I'm so freaking thrilled to have it back. Nick S. D, it is awesome. It's nice. It's not one of my favorite albums. It's one of my least favorite albums of his because it's so moody and so almost depressing. Because most of the songs on the album are slow and melancholy, but it's a beautiful set. Yeah, Brad, Girls, 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 and back Raised on Rock are available too. Thanks for letting us all know that, buddy. Let me go back to that previous comment. Nick S. I don't know off the top of my head, Nick, which ones I need. I know I need, just to think of a few, Elvis's Christmas album, the Murfreesboro, I can never say it, Murfreesboro concert. I need that one. One that's hard to get, I can never remember what it's called. It's where he's throwing the scarf. But a few of them. I also need The Last Movies. That one's going for stupid money. New comments. Jenna says, I have astigmatism too. I sometimes wear glasses, but never in public. Would you recommend lenses? Absolutely, Jenna. It's not even a question. I hate glasses. I think they're very, I don't know. I just don't like them. My 9-year-old just got glasses for the first time when she turned 8. She's had them about a year. But she's fine with them. But Brett, is it Amarillo? Maybe it is Amarillo. But I need that one. I need Elvis Presley, the very first album. I need, trying to think of the originals. I have Raised on Rock. I need, from Elvis Presley, Boulevard, the set of that. Yeah, there's, like I said, I think there's 36 I need to complete it. I just got I think it was the same day I got Fun in Acapulco. I got it from somebody else. I think I got it from the Graceland store. I did get the Madison Square Garden FTD CD set. I haven't cranked it up yet because we immediately went on vacation the next day. Yeah, D, it's not fun. It does feel like that. You're always rubbing your eyes; they're dry. But yeah, like I said, there's about 36 that I need to complete the whole set. So I'm hoping by the end of the year to have them all. Um, so we shall see. It's kind of cool. It's been challenging, but it's been nice nonetheless getting them all. Brad, yes, I finally did get This Is All of Us. I got it from a good friend who I try not to call anybody out, but I think they're still here in this chat. I got it from them. Um, and I've been working with him, and he's helped me out with getting some of the rarer FTDs that I need. But I did get This Is All of Us. I did get some of the harder ones that you need to have. I've been able to get the few really difficult, expensive ones that I need is the last movies, the Amarillo. There's one called 48 Hours in Memphis. For whatever reason, that one goes for stupid money. I don't have that one. The Elvis's Christmas album is not too expensive, but it is hard to find. It's very difficult to locate. And, like I said, the LPs, I'm not in any rush to get them all, but I'm hoping to get them all again, maybe in the next year or so. Like I said, getting standing room only was a huge boost. Like I said, I've made some trades along the way, so I was able to get that. I actually, the same person who has that, I'm going to be picking up How Great Thou Art. So I'm really excited about getting that. This beer guard says, this is really great. I have the VHS. Oh, the same the dog, which, yeah, very cool. Gary, thanks, buddy. So yeah, so it's been challenging, but it's been fun too. And the person I mentioned has been very, very fair and very gracious in getting me some of the CDs I need. But it's one of those things where I've said that I'm not going to pay stupid money. I will say I was able to get standing room only, the LP set. I got it for what I had to give for it. It was a joke compared to what they're going for. Because I actually saw, because in the last year, that album has been going regularly. If it's new and mint, last year it was going for $700 and $800. Get rid of the stupid contacts thing here. Can't get rid of it. And when I sold mine last October, I didn't ask. I basically got my money back for what I paid for it the year before. But then I saw it go up to like $700 and $800. And then in the last like 2 months, somebody had a used copy with no hype sticker, a used copy in near mint condition, and it was selling for 949 pounds, and it actually sold. So once you factor in the shipping and convert it to US, that person got over $1,000 for a used copy of Standing Room Only. And then about 3 or 4 weeks ago, somebody had a brand new copy with the hype sticker on eBay, and they were taking bids on it. And for the fun of it, and it was dangerous to do because if I would have won it, I don't know how I would have came up with the money. I guess I would have had to sell some of my other vinyl. But I thought, what the heck? Let me just try it. So I put in a bid, and it was for several hundred. And I'm not kidding you. I think within 45 seconds to a minute, I got outbid. And it ended up selling the next day. The bid ended the next day, and I followed it. And it ended up selling for $1,240 and change. $1,240 for a standing room only copy. And I got it. When I say I got it for a fraction of that, I mean I got it for a fraction of that. It popped up on Discogs. I thought it was a joke. I wondered if it was a scam. But the guy had a pretty decent seller rating, so I reached out to him, offered him something, and he surprisingly took it. And so, yeah, I'm just thrilled to have that one back because that was one of the ones I regret. I regret selling all my FTD albums. That one I regretted, and I'm just so happy that I was able to get it. Sorry, can you guys hear me? Whenever a call comes in, that was a spam call. It interrupts the broadcast. Can you exactly 1240. It was like 1241 because it was a foreign. It was somebody over in Europe that was selling it. So eBay, what's cool about it is it'll show the pounds or their currency, but in parentheses below it'll say what it converts to in USD. So it was, I want to say it was like 990 some pounds. And finally, the last bid was for, but converted to US, it was like $1,241. For some reason, that number stands out. Good, George. Thank you. Alan, you know what, man? Alan says ridiculous money. I wish they'd repress these FTDs. My personal opinion, and this may not be a popular thought, but there's been talk that they've repressed some of the FTDs. And I talked to somebody about 4 or 5 weeks ago, somebody who is very, and again, a lot of times I don't mention names. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I heard from an extremely reliable source. I was talking to somebody through one of my Facebook channels that I follow, where I'm one of the admins on it. So this person, I would probably believe pretty much anything they told me. They're very well schooled on FTD, and they told me straight up that when you see people selling anywhere, they say it's a second press of an FTD album. He said that's a complete lie. He said they have not repressed any of the FTDs. I've heard other people say, yes, they did. They repressed this title, this title, this title, and this title. So they did repress them. But this person I talked to a little over a month ago said, Mark, I'm telling you, they say this, it's not true. They did not repress any of them. So based on, like I said, I'm not going to name who this person is. You've probably heard the name, but it's somebody who's very reliable and somebody who knows a lot about everything FTD, and they said that it wasn't true. So I tend to believe what they say over somebody randomly on a Facebook post who says, oh, I'm telling you, man, they did repress, from Elvis and Method. So there's a second pressing. So I don't know. It's one of those things where you just don't know what to believe. But this source that I talked to is a very reliable one, so I tend to believe them. Pure Guard says $1,200. That's a month's rent. You were absolutely right. It is a month's rent. Well, it depends on where you live, I guess. Shipping costs are very high. Yeah, shipping, especially from like Japan. And it sucks because about a month or so ago, I bought something that's being shipped from Japan, and it's yet to arrive. And I'm starting to wonder if it's held in customs or I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I mean, I think the FTD overall is superbly well done. I think everything they've released has been great. Some of the earlier books, I think any of you who have the books, some of them were kind of not that great. You would think that they would have had somebody spell check a lot of this stuff, and some of them were just really, really, really like no punctuation and words misspelled left and right. But that is actually the one, I'll bring this up. That is the one thing that I'm actually looking to unload. I have a number of the FTD books. I'm keeping a lot of them, but there's definitely some that I'm selling. There's like 4 or 5 titles I'm going to be selling. So if you are interested, you can reach out to me. They're all brand new. Most of them are still sealed. Just to name a few, I have the Rockin' Across Texas. Tracy, you know what I did, Tracy? I'll tell you what I did. Hey, I probably can't say this. Les Tresors de Elvis. Hi from France, Mark. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining. What I did, Tracy, is I did get my Making a Blue Hawaii set, and I did this to the Viva Las Vegas set. I've done it to a couple of sets and some of the FTD CDs. If you cut like a razor and just cut the opening and keep the keep it, basically it's still sealed. You're keeping the cellophane on it, but if you just open where the books and CDs come out and the record, you can look at it that way. But I'm the same way. Beer Garden, I don't have any of the original Elvis. I have a couple downstairs. I can't say that. I have a couple downstairs I got. I have Elvis's Golden Records Volume 3, which is the same copy I got for either my 11th or 12th birthday my mom and dad got me. I have that stored away somewhere. It's been played to crap, but I still do have it. But just a few. My first couple records I ever got, my first Elvis record I got when I was 4 was the 45 of Elvis. It's Burning Love and A Matter of Time on the Other Side with him in the red jumpsuit. But that one scratched the crap. Brad says, wear the white gloves and you look at those. I agree, Brad. And then my very first album I got was Elvis Sings Burning Love and Hits from his movies. I don't have that one either anymore. It's at my mom's somewhere. I'd love to find them, but like I said, I don't have it now. But yeah. So if any of you are interested, I have the Rockin' Across Texas. I have King Creole, the music, which comes with the CD with all the takes of King Creole. That's brand new. So I have like 4 or 5 that I'm going to be looking to sell. So if you are, my email is mark.kinsey5050@yahoo.com. So you can reach out. Mine was Flaming Star Camden, a great album. One of my favorites. I got that as a kid too. And I actually did a video when I did the Camden video. I talked about how I got that. It was in an Elvis magazine shortly after he had passed. They were giving away all the Camden, but they were Pickwick at that time. All you had to send was like $2.99 shipping, and you mailed it with a return envelope. Was it return? No, they paid for the postage. I got it like 10 weeks later. Jonas, probably the most expensive right now is the Standing Room Only FTD album. It was the second of the releases. Blue Hawaii was the first, but the FTD, the Standing Room Only album, that's kind of like the gold standard. That was just going for, like I said, stupid money. Hold on. Pop-ups and calls. Yeah, like I said, it sold on eBay about three or 4 weeks ago. Standing Room Only sold for $1,240. And I think you had to pay the shipping too, which was like another $15. So just insane money. But then, and with that FTD, when I bought that, I was at the right place at the right time. Because what I like about Discogs is you can create a want list, and whenever it becomes available for sale, because what Discogs is it's a worldwide seller for people like you and me that sell vinyl, CDs, cassettes, 8-tracks, anything, books, anything. And it's just, I don't know, it's just really a cool site. But you can get I've gotten a lot of great things from Discogs. Now you'll find a lot, especially the FCDs, people are going to be asking stupid money for them. And sometimes you can find a good deal, but yeah. Marco, yes, $1,240. CD version must be worth $100. Yes, the want list on Discogs is a lifesaver. Yeah, it's just cool because I got the alert about Standing Room Only, and I went there, and like I said, I saw the price the guy was asking for, and I'm telling you, my first instinct was this is a scam. And then I looked at their seller. I did a little bit of research. I reached out to the buyer, and I said, look, you're asking, and what he was asking, like I said, when I say it was a fraction of what it normally goes for, it was way less than where it's been anywhere else. And I made him an offer, and I really thought I didn't know what to expect, and he accepted. And like I said, I've been trading a lot, so I was able to, come up with an offer for him on some stuff, and he accepted it. So I made out, and and I said to him, I even sent him a message. I said, make sure. I said, this album is so hard to find. Make sure you really package this well. And I felt bad because he's like, yeah, everything I package, I take great effort and great detail into packaging them well. And he was not lying. The box was like a fortress when I got it. And the album, it's tight seal, 4 sharp corners like the day it came off the factory. Jonas, anything Elvis, I'm telling you, um, is going to go up in value. It's just the way it is. Especially anything FTD. I wonder. I'll give you a perfect example. Promised Land, the FTD. I think that came out, I want to say 2012 or 13. When that FTD album set came out, when I got it 2 years ago, and I still have it. I was one of the ones I didn't part with. I want to say, I paid maybe 2.5 for it. And that same summer, it was going for $500 and $600. So it's just, they're only going to go up. Mal, did you sell your Fashion for a King FTD? I did. I sold it to somebody. A girl actually emailed me out of the blue and said they got my name from somebody who subscribed to my channel. And she said she really wanted that book. So to be honest with you, I basically, not even, I almost got my money back because, she didn't, she wanted it for a good price. And when I do sell, I'm not out to rip anybody off. So I actually took less than what I paid for it when I bought it a couple months ago, and got it insured, and I mailed it to her. And I haven't heard from her. I reached out to her. She's right up. I think she's in, I want to say she's somewhere in Massachusetts or Connecticut. And I've emailed her a couple times just to make sure she got it and that she was happy with it, but I haven't heard back from her yet. But yeah, I did end up selling it. But like I said, there's some FTD books I'm keeping, like the Madison Square Garden book. I had it once and sold it about 3 years ago, and I immediately regretted it. And maybe 4 or 5 months later, I was able to get another copy, so I still have that. But like I said, there's about 4 or 5 FTD books that are brand new, and a couple of them sealed that I'm looking to unload because I want to focus on the CDs and the albums. So we've been going almost an hour. We'll probably go for another 5-10 minutes, and then we'll call it a day. But yeah, I've really wanted to do one of these for a while, and like I knew I was going on vacation this week. Like I said, we got back late last night. It was really important for me to get back in the swing of this. Jonas says, I own Elvis Promised Land, 2,500 limited copies. I think, Jonas, is that the one that came out like a year ago that was music on vinyl? That's the one you're talking about. You can still get it reasonable, but it's also going to go up in value. Not a ton, I wouldn't imagine, but it'll go up. Yeah, it's just the FTDs. I don't know what it is with the FTDs. I think because they are designed for like the serious collector. That's kind of their selling point. Stuff that you'd never be able to get anywhere else. But yeah, it's just they're really, really fun to get. George, thank you. I love the live shows. I love the live streams. I want to get back into the groove of doing. For a while there, I was doing them every Wednesday or Thursday, and then a lot was going off with my one daughter with summer camp. Next week, my other daughter is going away for her church youth group. She's going away for about a week. My other daughter will be in summer camp. And I hope to do more of these and be consistent with them. And really want to get back. Somebody reached out and said how much they missed my videos. I was doing like 2 videos a week. And it's just I've gotten away from that. I really want to get back into the groove. So I'm hoping to shoot at least 2 videos tonight and upload them over the next couple of days. Mal, you know what's funny, Mal? I was just thinking the other day, I think it was actually when I was driving home from Virginia, I was thinking, it'd be the next awesome FTD would be Girl Happy. I think it's coming in the next couple. That's my prediction. I think it's coming soon. We'll see. Girl Happy is one of my favorite very favorite soundtracks. I love it. It's fun. It's upbeat. Um, it's very dated for its time. It's very geared towards the movie, but man, just what a fun album. I love it. I actually have a first press mono copy that I got from somebody on eBay probably about a year and a half ago, and it is pristine, and it looks absolutely brand new. You put the needle on, it's super super quiet. I love it. I want to get a stereo copy of it though. Yeah, George, I have. I've actually felt bad. I've actually felt really kind of not down or depressed. I don't mean that, but I think it's why my channel, as far as my numbers have slowed down, as far as my views and as far as my subscribers, the majority of it's my own fault because I just haven't had the time to commit to it the way I really want to. And I'm not going to make a video just for the sake of making a video because that's not fair to any of you. It cheapens it. And I just feel like if I'm making a video for the sake of just making a video and taking up time, you're not going to get out of it what you should get out of it. And like I said, I'm not the best channel out there, far from it. There's some great Elvis channels out there, but I do try to give out good and accurate content and something that's somewhat at least a little bit entertaining. And I just oh, 78. I missed what was said. You said I personally liked it, Tracy. I saw it in 2017 here in Italy. Did I miss something? Did I miss one of the comments? Oh, Tracy, I am so sorry. I missed that, Tracy. What's your thoughts on the Elvis in concert with RPO tour? My sister-in-law is taking me to see it this October. And I want to excuse me for my ignorance, just because I don't know. What does RPO stand for? If it's where the original band was playing, if it's where the original band was playing, of course, Ronnie Tutt passed away last year, but I know they were playing to like footage of Elvis in the Aloha. I would have loved to have seen that. It wouldn't have been the same thing, but it would have been cool to see. Thank you, 78. I appreciate that. D, I appreciate your comments. Rolf, that makes sense. Rolf Philharmonic Orchestra. I would love to see it. I think Tracy and 70. I think it would be awesome to see. I don't know. I think it would be really cool. And like I said, it would be a bit emotional, definitely. But yeah, I've really wanted to get back in doing these, and I think it's important to connect on a personal level with all of you. And I love the comments. That's my favorite part of the videos, if you want to be honest with you. I love the comments. It's funny. I actually got a comment from somebody. You all might get a little bit of a chuckle out of this. If somebody, when I did my last video, it was me showing my 45s, my EPs, and somebody put how do you say that? Nice collection, but a little disorganized. I'm like, I mean, I didn't have it dated in actual order. I had a few of them out of place, but I don't even date. Like, I try to put my FTDs somewhat in order, but even those aren't in order. I don't keep them in any type of order. Probably the closest to seeing him live. Yeah, Tracy, I agree with that. Carrie, thank you, man. That means a lot. Like I said, not to knock myself, but there's definitely other channels out there that I think are, better than mine. Like I said, my favorite, I have a couple favorites. I love Ed's channel. Ed and I actually talk off screen. We talk every so often, text each other every so often. He's a great guy. He's actually, he's what I would call good people. He's a good guy. I love Scotty's channel. Yeah, there's definitely some out there that are really good, that I kind of influenced me and inspired me to do what I do and do my channel. So, I just try to be my own person, try to do my own thing. But I definitely, Tracy says, I saw my FTD vinyl displayed in picture ledges. Very, very nice. Thank you, Mal. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's definitely some really, really entertaining channels out there. Um, and although I don't always watch every single channel, I try to at least catch what I can. David, Elvis Presley in Japan, him and I are pretty good friends. We've done a couple collaborations together. He's just a good guy. As good as his channel is, he's an equally great person, and I consider him a friend. Yeah, King's Court is good. Elvis is the man. Yeah, Elvis is the man. His channel is huge. I want to say he's up near like 74,000 subs, but he's actually been doing it for a while. My channel is a little over a year and a half old, but we'll see. We'll go it. Fred. Yeah, I think he says, I like it when Elvis the man discovers something that's been known available for over 30 years. Oh my. Jonas, yes, no, yes, no. That one. The Ultimate Fan channel is a lot of fun too. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Elvis the Ultimate is that the woman? I think that's the woman who does that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she does a lot of like quizzes and a lot of like different like interactive stuff. So yeah, we'll go for like another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll call it a day. And like I said, I'm hoping to do this again either next Wednesday or Thursday. Of course, I always try to put out in the community page. Try to put it out there that we're doing that. Yeah. Prince Jackson Elvis. Yeah. Carrie, talk to you soon, buddy. Take care of yourself. Thanks again, man. Yeah, Prince Jackson. I can't remember. Prince Elvis Jackson 88 or something. Johnny's a good guy. We've done one collaboration together. He's a good guy. Has a good channel. He's actually done better. I actually kind of got on his case. I said, dude, as good as you are, you need to be making more videos. And that's not me being harsh or mean. It's just, I believe if you have a good channel, he's just a personable guy. I think him and I have similar personalities. I don't try to be anybody that I'm not. I don't try to overstate things. I just try to have a good time and give good content. Yeah, George. Well, here's the thing, EAP Society. I really enjoy them. Jamie and is it John? I want to say Jamie and John. Yeah, and they're growing. They're starting to grow. They're starting to pick up steam. Very good stuff. And yes, they're very knowledgeable, and they know a lot of people in the industry. I think John's written like 2 books and very good channel. So yeah, they're on the way up. What was I going to say? That kind of brought me to something else. Yeah, don't get old, guys. It sucks. Oh, George, what George was saying. Yeah, it's like I went, like my channel doubled in like 6 months as far as my subs. But like I said, I think it's the way YouTube and their statistics, how they do stuff. Because I was getting, up until last March, I was getting like 35 to 40 new subscribers every single day. And I've been stuck at about 6,300, 6,400 literally since March. And we're now almost in mid-July. So I don't know what it is. I don't know. Like I said, I think part of it is my fault because I haven't been as consistent with my videos. Sometimes I'll go a week without a video. But I am looking to change that. I would like consistently to put out at least 2 videos, if not 3 or 4 a week. And I really gotta get back. I think that'll help the growth of my channel. So like I said, part of that is definitely my fault. Thank you, Jonas. I appreciate that. Here's the thing, and this will probably be my last thought. I always welcome, I have had people give me ideas about video content, But if any of you have an album or a FTD or a CD or anything at all, or any topic that you'd like to see, I'm always open to anything. Always. You can either, uh, best way is to email me. It's mark.kinsey, Kinsey, 50 at Yahoo, the number 50 at yahoo.com. If you have ideas or something you want to see, I'm always open to that. In fact, I value it. I really do. Mal, you are the man because you're the only person I know that has everything. If I'm not mistaken, you have every release from FTD. That is, that's awesome. I think that is so cool. Tracy says, I remember when you only had a couple hundred. Takes time to grow. Your channel is very good and informative. I appreciate that, Tracy. I appreciate all the kind comments. I've had such great support, and I've met so many amazing people through my channel. It's also helped me with my collection because I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, in your video, you said you needed this. I know somebody, or that person has reached out and said, hey, I don't watch your channel yet, but a friend of mine who subscribed to you says that you need this particular title. He has it, here I have it. Here's my information. So it's been great for that. George, what is your channel name? Because if I have it, I will subscribe to you because we're a community. We need to help each other. So I will definitely subscribe to you. Thank you. I appreciate that comment. I always appreciate those who say how much they like my channel because that's what I want. Here's the thing, and I kind of put it in perspective a couple of months ago when I was starting to get a little discouraged. I'm like, I don't understand why I was growing so much. It's come to like almost a screeching halt. I have such loyal followers, and the ones who follow my channel without fail will come in these chats or they'll leave a comment on my video. And that video may only get 300, 400, 500 views, but it's the same ones that are loyal to a fault. And you have no idea how much I appreciate that. I really do. I'd rather have that than have, 50,000 subscribers and only a few. I would rather have loyal people that are loyal to me and watch and enjoy what I do. That's what means the most to me. And also to comment with you, George. Yeah, shorts do help. Definitely need to get a few of them out. I'm going to take your advice. I was doing shorts, and again, just trying to put in the time, but they do really help the channel grow. Okay, so it is George Moore. I will look you up, and I will sub, George. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Just wait for these comments. Yeah, it's funny how these channels can really take off. Ed just hit 7,000 a couple weeks ago, and he's had his channel for a few years. But yeah, he's got an excellent channel. He was actually the very first channel, not only the very first Elvis channel I subscribed to, but the first channel on YouTube that I subscribed to. Because I looked for Elvis channels to see if there was anything out there, and his popped up. Scotty's popped up. I've been with Scotty probably about a year and a half after he started his channel, and his is blown up. His is really entertaining. So with that, I guess I will call it a day. Like I said, I look to do this again next week if all comes into play. Look for a new video to drop either tonight or tomorrow morning. Looking to, like I said, get back in the flow. I got some really good ideas, some reviews I want to do. And one last question, I'll pose this. Compound interest. Yes, Tracy, I agree. Hey, Michael, how are you doing, buddy? Night, Mal. Have a good one, buddy. As always, thanks for joining and interacting. I appreciate it. So this last thing before I cut off, before I leave, I wanted to ask you, I know the EAP Society, they did the Quick Take Tuesday. They were doing videos where John was doing reviews of the soundboards of Elvis's FTDs. Probably about 3 months before they started doing that, I was thinking about doing that, and it was my fault. I didn't kick it off. They beat me to the punch, but then they stopped doing it, which was a big disappointment because I really look forward to them. I want to do Elvis reviews of his FTDs, of not just the soundboards, but his concerts in general. Do reviews on that. What do you all think of that? If you think that's a good idea, not a good idea, just something to add some entertainment value. Just wanted your thoughts on that. If you think it's a good thing to do, or if you want something different. But like I said, I'm open to positivity. I'm open to criticism. It doesn't matter to me. Thank you, Mal. Mal says great idea. I thought about starting that this week, like picking. Michael, thank you. I'm glad you think it's a good idea. Tracy, yeah. So what I would like to do is do some research on the concert itself. Thank you, Barbie. I appreciate that. See, that's what I love about these streams. I love the interaction. You guys are great. Play a little, blurbs of the CD, so you kind of hear the highlights of it. So yeah, I appreciate the input. Appreciate all of you. I appreciate you supporting my channel this last year and a half. Like I said, I want to keep doing these live streams consistently, at least once a week. I even thought about doing some late night ones, but I don't know how well they would go. How well they would go. I actually thought about doing one last night, but I crashed. I laid in bed. And I crashed from all the driving yesterday. But I thought about doing like some late night, a midnight stream. I'm usually up late anyway. Janet, thank you. Yes, Tracy, we are a family. Raw in the Ellis community. 17 says we all decide it's a good idea. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. But yeah, I have thought about doing some late night streams. I've actually had a few people in Europe and overseas have said, yeah, that would actually work better for me. I'm up and around, so maybe on occasion I'll do a late night so I can kind of satisfy the masses that way. So, but I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. I do appreciate it. I really do. And you all stay safe. And until next time, take care, everyone.